Huey, we are so mad at you.
And we're gonna reenact Flashdance.
Why do you suspect me? What did I do? I'm on your side.
You missed Footloose night, Huey.
What about him?
You do not want to know what's been going on with him in the last 9 years.
Contact with Cypher 9 years ago. He was working with them. He's the traitor, Snake.
Oh man, what if he is though?
Whoa.
Truth serum?
No. Stronger truth
Oh,
serum.
please. Please keep me here. I need protection.
Yeah, we wouldn't want any more Emmerichs running around. You're lucky the next one's pretty much good in the end, all told in the balance.
Yeah. No thanks to you, though, probably.
Why?
Honestly.
Why me?
We all lost something.
What?
Except you.
I love that he set up his legs that they can make a chair without a chair.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't.
Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus.
Huey, you should have probably designed it to not bend that way.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to listen to this all over again, huh?
Oh, no.
This is gonna be the only cassette tape I have with me in the helicopter again, huh?
The truth serum isn't working. Either
Then
some
maybe he
procedure
ain't
got
lying.
damaged at his metabolic enzymes. Or he's
No,
undergone
Huey just has a
special
shitload of
gene
metabolic enzymes inside of him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chock full of that stuff.
Same as 6 hours ago. I had no idea the nuclear inspection 9 years ago was a ruse. Cypher forced me to do that research after the attack.
Do you think he had a hand in it?
Yeah, he's been saying that for a few hours.
There's no proof yet. Take a listen to this later.
We need proof before we can pass judgment. Keep an eye on him. And don't tell anyone he's here.
We'll have him continue his research in there. It's for his own good. The older guys will want his head. We can't guarantee his safety if we let him out.
Boss.
What is the third strap attached to?
Mentioned something
On the eye patch.
reason
Do they
why
all
pulled
meet
their
in
plug
the
on
back?
operation
I don't
in
know.
Afghanistan. He said their funding started going to Central Africa instead. Cypher is pursuing new research in Africa.
Africa. What research?
I don't know, but they got a whole new bunch of animals to punch.
Emmerich doesn't know the details, but one thing he said does make sense. That Sahelanthropus alone isn't enough to cause an RMA. He claims that what they're doing in Africa is the missing piece. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Meaning it's not just another nuke.
It's just a normal tank. That's far more practical.
With a really big gun, to be fair.
big
Just
gun.
a really, really big gun.
Yeah. Laughing armaments. And hey, we got the logo for one of the PMCs from MGS4.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
And a metal gear.
Yeah. Prowling bastard jackal.
Hungry squirrel, give me all your acorns.
A growling eel. The fucking love hungry squirrel though. he's not a decent he's a pretty decent soldier too.
There's no doubt about it. Cypher's working on something in Central Africa. There's evidence they've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next mission.
But I don't want to be part of a collegiate football conference.
So, yeah, at this point, this is kind of when, like, most of the missions you start doing are actually, like, related to the plot in some way. There's still going to be a couple missions where it's just like, oh, we're doing a job for somebody. But there's usually still an excuse of, oh, this job is, like, close to something Cypher-controlled or related, so we'll just kind of spy on them while doing this job. So it's a little bit better in that regard. I'm just going to lay down with the dog.
Yeah. Dogs learn by doing.
Yeah.
You gotta demonstrate.
This is Pequod, on station at LZ.
I was hoping Dee would lay down even more if he played dead, but nah. So yeah, with that last mission, that's basically it for Afghanistan. We'll go there a couple more times for some extra goofy side things. But like story-wise, we're pretty much done with Afghanistan. We're gonna move on to an entirely new map
of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty big place. I don't know if you heard, but turns out there's even more Africa.
Whoa. Yeah, there's a whole another map to go to now, which I like more than Afghanistan. I think Africa's open world map is more fun.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man.
But we already know this.
A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force. But he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words,
it's weird how they like dole this information out.
Isn't Zero.
In that it's like, okay, the new information is just that he kind of like took over Cypher or split off from Cypher and is using Cypher's power to do this stuff. But like, for up until this point, a lot of the like discussion about like what happened with the attack on Mother Base, they don't know Skullface did it, but you know, and so like the when they figure out, it feels like it's supposed to be a new plot development, but it isn't. You've known forever.
Boss,
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Angola. That's right, Central Africa, where Emmerich claimed they were working on a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. There's been a massive oil spill from Mafinda oilfield. It's flowing into the river and contaminating the water supply. An environmental NGO has asked us to stop the spill by destroying the facility. Environmental activism isn't exactly our line of work, but it's not that simple either. The group operating the oil facility and causing the spill is the rebel group UNITA. And word has it that UNITA is getting supplied with U.S. military weapons. That sounds to me like Cypher's pulling their strings. Boss, it's time to give Cypher a little surprise.
Okay. So, equipment-wise, since we're going to Africa, we can finally start using a lot more camo patterns, including woodland. But with Venom Snake, we developed new equipment for D-Dog.
Yay!
Get ready for some dog armor. I love the look of it. It's a sneaking suit for your dog. He's got little booties.
He's all strapped in.
Yeah, and look, he's got his own knife.
What's he gonna do with that knife? What's he gonna do with that
Murder
knife?
the shit out of people with it, actually.
Okay, good boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the sneaking suit for D-Dog because it completely covers up his legs and his paws with these little, like, tactical sneaking boots.
Yeah, and it took a long time for him to figure out how to walk in it. It was very cute.
Target is Angola's Mfinda oilfield, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water.
Now, does this game default more towards what these areas were called in the 80s, or more their, like, present-day names? Because Zaire,
Yeah, it's kind of a weird mishmash from what I remember.
This time as an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak.
Blow it up so it leaks less.
But there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oilfield was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group United moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. United's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal.
Oh, and you think Cypher has something to do with that? You think they might be working for Cypher? Okay.
Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cypher's. Keeping tabs on United could tell us who's pulling its strings.
So yeah, this map is... I want to say it's a little bit bigger than the map for Afghanistan in this game. But it's also just a lot more wide open than Afghanistan is. Like, Afghanistan's map in this game just has a lot of areas where you're kind of, like, funneled through little valleys and stuff, and this place is just, like, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's step one to tracking down Skullface, and Cypher with him. Good luck, boss. First, make your way to the oil facility.
And also, it's just kind of fun to be in an environment like this again, because it feels like Metal Gear Solid 3 a little.
Yeah.
So stay sharp. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only brought conflict here. That mess you're standing in is just the latest example. You've arrived at Masa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for United, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
How can a war industry go anywhere but crooked? Miller?
Yeah, that formerly noble and honorable war profiteer industry.
Like, Miller acts like this stuff is bad, but it's the same shit he does, and I really think Miller's just jealous they got here first.
Yeah.
That's how it comes off to me. So yeah, now we're just regularly getting some A-rank soldiers here.
Hey.
Part of soldiers getting higher in rank, like, to recruit and stuff is just, you know, the further you get in, the better they are, but also, better soldiers just start appearing the higher your heroism stat is.
It's toxic, but it can also be used as medicine.
And yeah, you're also right. There's a lot more new animals to get in Africa. We're definitely going to be punching some zebras.
Sure, as you do.
And yay, we have a new enemy. Well, there's new soldiers, at least. You're not dealing with Russians the whole game. And also because we're in Africa now, we can't understand what the soldiers are saying. Again, we're gonna have to get another interpreter.
You mean they're not all speaking Russian?
Whoa.
Or perhaps Pashtun? Get off my dog.
That was a tactical takedown because you got him away from your dog. And yeah, like, on top of, you know, the Africa map being a lot more wide open for the most part, I also think it's just a more fun map because it's a lot more varied locations to go to in this map, and it's, I don't know, it's just more visually interesting. Afghanistan gets, like, you know, pretty dull after a while.
Children. Child soldiers. Children there are abducted and trained to be soldiers. They're only taught to fight. And one day they grow up.
I like that he immediately snapped from his concerned shock to Wikipedia entry.
Yeah.
As any adult. Only they don't know a thing about right and wrong.
I don't like this remake of The Sandlot. I think they took it way too dark.
The mission is over.
So yeah, do not harm child soldiers in missions. You will get a game over. You can, like, knock them out and stuff, just don't shoot them with bullets. So this is not quite the same, but it's basically it's pretty similar. In a later video, we'll be seeing some more shots from trailers for this game that, like, aren't anywhere in the game. And that guy teaching those child soldiers used to be like a full-on cutscene and stuff with like soldiers training them that looked like they were designed in a way that made them look like they were important characters, not just normal soldiers that they use for cutscenes. But yeah, there's a decent amount of child soldier stuff from the trailers that looks like it was just completely cut out from the game, or it was just gameplay footage they repurposed to look really nice.
We're about 5 years out of Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess don't expect that cameo. He'd still be a tiny baby.
There's not going to be any Raiden in this game. Yeah, Miller said, you know, there's like some pretty good equipment here to take. There aren't any like storehouses or anything. It's just that some of the soldiers just are carrying like rocket launchers for no real reason. So you can grab those. I always love that D-Dog does a little spin before he lays down. Yeah, it's good.
Past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
It came from upriver.
It came from upriver, yeah. As Venom Snake, we're not even gonna bother with like trying to sneak through that big village to get to the oil field. We're just gonna go over here where there's like barely any soldiers at all. A little outpost though, but and yeah, speaking of animals, here's some. They're sleeping.
What do we got here?
A jackal. Is that a side-striped jackal? Jackals are closely related to dogs and wolves, so much so that they can interbreed with them.
Don't get any ideas.
Soviets are trying to create new species by crossing them with other animals.
Yeah, we'll have to have a different trip to get some jackals for the zoo, because jackals, you know, they were marked, and the icon above their head was red, because jackals, like, if they see you, they will fucking bite you. Like, every animal we've encountered except for the bear is just like, they don't really mind that you're there, but yeah. Jackals will bite you, and there's like a quick time event and everything for punching them. And D-Dog can't really help with capturing animals, which I thought was a little surprising. I thought he would be able to, like, bite them or something, but no, he can just bark to mark them, and if you try to tell him to, like, go get him, he'll just bark a lot. Aggressively, but doesn't really do anything.
Smarter than you. That's the proof right there.
Yeah, totally. So, since I'm taking these guys out, I should mention there is a hidden point system in the game called Demon Points. And basically, the more guys you kill and the more, like, fucked up things you do, the more demon points you get. And when you have a lot of demon points, it causes the horn and Big Boss's head to become longer and pointier. And you can get rid of demon points too if you're like rescuing people and tranking people and doing generally, you know, non-lethal things. Also, because D-Dog has a sneaking suit, if I tell him to go get somebody, he pulls the knife out of his suit in his mouth and fucking stabs people with it.
How many demon points is that?
I don't know, man. But yeah, at this point, even though we killed a decent amount of dudes, it's still not enough demon points to really notice a difference in horn length yet. But by the end, we will compare Big Boss to Venom Snake, and it'll be very different.
You can make Lost Boys now.
Yeah, I could. Lost Boys.
Make a vampire emblem.
If I remember correctly, I do think one of the like graphics you can get for your emblems is just like Vamp. I'm pretty sure you can get Vamp, or at least some of the Metal Gear villains. And also new weather. No dust storms, instead we get thunderstorms.
The Vinda oilfield is the property of Sater, South African Natural Resources. Sater drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. And when the oil dries up, they abandon the facility. Then it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United States...
Just imagine talking to your doctor about the foreign objects permanently embedded in your head.
However you look at it.
And your doctor tells you, well, if you're a very nice boy...
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine the only reason why this demon point system works is just because Snake is so dumb that when he thinks, like with the mushrooms, recharging his batteries, because he believes it's true, it's true.
Time to blow some shit up. Look at that, it's gonna blow up so good.
To stop the leak, you need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. The details are on your iDroid.
So yeah, no matter what, you gotta blow shit up in this mission. I like this area a lot. It's a pretty fun place to sneak through, because you know we've been doing so much just like outdoor sneaking stuff. Like being in a big like oil facility like this is a nice change of pace from all the other stuff. Decent amount of guards.
Was that dude's stats just B?
I think it was just B across the board.
No, it was B and then a lot of E's.
Oh, a lot of E's.
Yeah.
B. If his code name doesn't have B in it, then what the fuck?
And cackback. I love a good cackback.
There's a lot of ways to sneak into this place. I like sneaking through the pipes.
I like that you get a warning that sunset is imminent.
Oh no.
As it goes dark. Like, yeah it is.
Yeah, it's starting to rain a little bit in the thunder and stuff. We haven't really seen any rain since the Ground Zeroes mission. But yeah, rain will make it harder for dudes to hear you, because it's pouring so hard. It limits visibility a little bit as well.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh.
That's the ticket.
Not even that big of a fall. I mean, I could still see him getting knocked out from that, but...
Now, as you are in a brand new map, is like the reactive stuff reset because you're new to them? Or does it stay put because they're getting like Cypher intel?
I believe it stays the same because of like Cypher intel, I'm guessing. Like there's some things that definitely do get erased, and I think it's like, you know, some guys still have helmets, but it's also just because we're further in the game, no matter what, guys are gonna have helmets and vests on and stuff. But like AI behaviors and stuff, I think that stuff always stays the same, like, you know, turning around when they see a magazine get thrown.
Speaking Afrikaans, an official language of the Republic of South Africa. Boss, we're gonna need someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying. We'll look into it here, but for now, you'll just have to make do without one.
Hey boss, what are your feelings on apartheid? I know you've been asleep for most of it, but You've been reading Time magazine.
Yeah. Look, just watch Lethal Weapon 2. It's got like one scene about apartheid on there. It says it's bad.
Now, boss, I'm gonna need you to take another nap until you can wake up and watch District 9. Trust me, it's gonna be worth the wait. Boss, you wanna watch Chappie with me? Feel like you might enjoy Chappie.
Watching that with Vapor Snake would be awful because he would just say, "That's Chappie," every time Chappie is on screen. And thankfully, you can just, like, even when it's, like, really narrow openings, you can just shoot straight through, like, every chain link fence.
Rain.
It's fine.
Sound of rainfall should help to mask your footsteps.
There's no real downside to rain at all, like there was with the sandstorms, where, like, you also couldn't see. And it's not like you can catch a cold like in MGS2, so it's just good when it rains, honestly.
Yes, that's true. We should bless the rains down in Africa.
Well, that's fine too. So that guy survived. If you send D-Dog out to go stab somebody, and they see him coming from a decent distance away, they will be able to block the attack, and then they can just eventually throw DD off of him. It's still fine, though. At that point, it's just like they just bit him normally. Now, something I wish they did here is, like, there's pipes everywhere, including, like, some big vertical pipes. I wish you could climb them like you can climb the pipes on Mother Base.
Oh, yeah.
Mother Base is the only area in the entire game that they let you climb pipes, which I think is weird.
Yeah.
Like
I want to climb a pipe?
Let me climb a pipe. Let me climb a
Let me
damn
climb
pipe.
that pipe.
Destroy that separator tank. You'll need to use explosives. Got any C4? Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance.
I think I know best. I'm the legendary soldier here. You just pretend to be a cowboy sometimes.
Yeah. You know what? Let's defer to D-Dog. He knows best. As we know, he's the best at making decisions. You know what? Just put him in charge of Mother Base. I'm sure he knows who the best soldiers are. You can smell it.
Sniff it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Miller wouldn't be so angry all the time if he could be freed up to go back into the field instead of doing all your accounting and whatnot. He's just frustrated with low job satisfaction. That's all it is.
Yeah. Secret pipe. That is one thing that one of the things I'm disappointed with, like, just gameplay-wise, because I just kind of thought, like, expected it a little. So it's just like, oh, Metal Gear games, which have so many, like, goofy secrets and, you know, Easter eggs in them. I really thought there would be, like, an area or two that were, like, pretty secret, like, in the map that you could find that had something goofy in them. But there isn't really any of that. And that was just one of the things I was just like, oh yeah, they'll probably put in, like, a goofy little area. Like, Metal Gear Solid 4 had that, area where you could find all the handprints from the developers when you were searching for Naomi and stuff. Something like that, even if it was something really little. I have found lots of people doing, like, out-of-bounds exploration of the maps, though, and there is some interesting stuff there. Just, like, a couple, like, tiny unused areas, or just, like, some weird areas you're clearly not supposed to be able to get into. There's one area in Afghanistan that people just call, like, the hole. It's just a weird... It's a really small bit of like gap in the geometry of some rocks, and like you can just crawl in there, and it's just like a little cave with nothing in it. But it's like really hard to find, and it's just kind of weird.
I'm just trying to figure out who betrayed
There's the transfer pump
Mother
control room.
Base 9 years ago.
Emergency stop button is
'Cause,
probably
like,
inside it.
It seems really obvious that it's Huey. Everything points to him.
Right.
But what if it's not? What if the reason he's beating all this lie detector truth serum shit is because he's telling the truth?
Right.
And he points out that, yeah, Miller was all up in Cypher.
Yeah.
But Miller came out the worst of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like if he was selling you out, they probably wouldn't have blown off half of his body.
Yeah.
And he might not be trying to rebuild everything in order to take down Cypher. Or maybe it's a Cypher civil war, Miller versus Skullface. That might
yeah.
make sense, actually. But what if it's Ocelot? And you know who double crosses everyone all the time? Ocelot.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's both likely, but also too obvious. But also he wasn't on the team 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a betrayal, now is it?
Yeah, it's not really. Also, this there is a cassette tape in here. This was a weird, like, glitch. There was supposed to be a table there, but I blew it up in a previous take and then restarted from checkpoint, but the table stayed exploded. And so the cassette tape wasn't playing music. I don't know, weird. But yeah, I mean, it could be Ocelot. Like, he is the guy who... Whoa.
Wow, your dog is vicious.
Yeah, Dee Dee's a fucking cold-blooded killer now. He's gonna get a little... He's got demon points now. Maybe even
He
more
is
than
not
me.
allowed in the dog park. I'm sorry. we had a vote.
You know, these apartments are pet friendly, but we do have breed restrictions, and the list is just one bullet point. It just says D-dogs.
Yeah.
No D-dogs allowed.
I'm sorry, if your dog was raised or trained or spent any significant time on a floating platform in the Seychelles, they are not allowed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like a lot of the other people that you could like consider for possibly being a trainer in some capacity, they're characters that like maybe have been mentioned but just have not shown up at all. Like Strangelove.
Like, I mean, Amanda came out scot-free, nothing, but
Well,
it'd be really disappointing if it was Amanda.
Yeah, I mean,
She's not
Chico
in
died.
this game. Yeah, Chico died, but
Yeah.
I feel like Skullface could have smoothed that over. She didn't find out until it was too late, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the other characters just haven't like shown up. Amanda, Strangelove.
It's fucking Cecile.
Whoa! Wouldn't that be great though? Cause like the cassette tape from Ground Zeroes. Whoa. Miller just mentioned like, oh, what happened to Cecile? And he's like, oh, I just got her papers so she could get the hell out of here. And like, what if that was like a secret cover for more dastardly things?
Attack!
I just love the reactions of people. Like, they see a dog backflipping off a dude that just got stabbed in the throat, and they're just like, what? Also, this guy's really sturdy, but like, there we go. That's one of the reasons to bring like a weapon that has like high impact for a stat, is just you can knock guys over ledges with it.
How does he put the knife back in the sheath, though?
I don't know. It's a flexible dog. Yeah.
Anyway, free Mother Earth. Fuck you. Save the ozone, put holes in you.
So yeah, this cutscene only happens if you blow up that tank while you're still inside the base. To just give you the warning that like, oh, there's a bunch of guys coming.
It certainly confirms that they are being armed by Cypher.
Yeah.
Dang, you got a lot of words.
Yeah. Oh no! The fence is in my way. Damn it! Well, we just gotta turn that pump off. It's just pressing a button. Now, if only D-Dog could just bump the door open for me, please.
There's the transfer pump control room.
What?
Emergency stop button.
I can't hear you.
Bodies. Why? Oil transfer pump shut off confirmed. Objective.
So when I first played this game, this was the first thing that like really grabbed me. Was like you just drain this thing and there's these weird messed up bodies. Cause like
It's a little fucked up.
it's a little messed up.
It's a little fucked up.
It's a little messed up, yeah. But it was also like I was pretty interested like where they're going with that. Cause like, you know, there's I was still interested in just everything that was happening prior, but like I don't like Skullface as a villain.
But as a game show host, he's amazing.
As a game show host, he's great. Oh damn, they shot D-Dog off with a shotgun.
All right, burn this place to the motherfucking ground.
Yeah, the good thing is D-Dog gets some extra defense when he's wearing the sneaking suit. Same with Snake's sneaking suit. But I don't know. Skullface is weird because the amount of presence he has is small for a long time, and he's just kind of like dumb but like annoying also. Whereas like even when Metal Gear villains are dumb, like even Hot Coldman I was entertained by.
Oh yeah, he was living life.
Yeah.
And loving it.
Whereas like Skullface feels like a weird annoying theater kid who thinks he knows everything. That's the feeling I get from Skullface. And
I was never given a choice. I was cast as Polonius. I didn't want to be Polonius, but I had no choice. They stabbed me behind a curtain.
And yeah, if you try to sneak back out from the pipe you came in from, and you've like alerted these guys, they'll just be waiting here. But thankfully, they're looking the wrong damn way.
Walker gears. What are they doing there?
Oh, trying to kill me. What do you think?
Right, and yeah, at that point, that's like the only defenses they have on this side of those two guys in the walker gears, so I could just go grab one and just kind of waltz out. Unfortunately, you cannot put D-Dog in one. I wish you could ride in it somehow.
Aww. That's why you need the special one with the hand.
Yeah, look, you can train D-Dog to unsheath and resheath a knife and also stab dudes with it and do backflips off of them. I bet you could teach D-Dog how to fucking pilot a walker gear.
Don't even pilot, just get the one with the special arm on the side.
Yeah.
Get the walker to do I'm a little teapot, and suddenly you have a dog-sized sidecar.
Yeah. He would love it too. He loves parachuting. This is a dog that likes extreme sports, probably.
I taught my dog to rock climb.
My dog's waiting
workshopping Sutherland snake voices. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find one I like.
I've tried, but it's so hard because like
I think that last one was a bit more Miller, actually.
yeah, like Kiefer's voice is like you can't really describe it. It's just kind of whispery and mumbly and a little gravelly, I guess. But like that's hard to do. Whereas, like, Hader's fucking voice, like, he had so many dumb, like, speech tics he had for Snake's character that it was, like, really easy to do. Oh, speaking of David Hayter voicing Solid Snake, you know, he is voicing Snake again in the new Smash Bros. But also, I forgot to mention, after all the Phantom Pain stuff happened, and, like, I think after it came out, or when it was almost out, he actually came back and Konami had him voice Solid Snake again in a series of Ford car commercials. They made new MGS1 style codec calls where Snake and other characters from MGS1 are talking about Fords. And they're kind of great. And what was also interesting was that Hayter was doing the Metal Gear Solid 1 Snake voice again. Like, people have always said, like, oh, he's stuck with, like, the really gargly MGS4 Snake voice, and he's done it for so long that he can't go back to the first one. But no, he totally did the MGS1 Snake voice again.
What are they doing there?
And yeah, if you just blow up the tank after, like, you leave the base, like, you don't even really have to worry about those guys. You can just go.
Nice.
Too late. What a good boy.
Woof.
Yep.
Woof. We're not going that way, buddy. We're going this way. I just love that you can dress up and coordinate your outfit with your dog.
Yeah, totally. You can have
Something
matching
I
suits.
have never done
Enemy forces
yet.
Mission complete.
A battle dress.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Man, you don't need to suck up that much.
Also, it's time to talk about bonuses. I'm sorry. I hate to bring it up, but
We kind of had to put all the bonus money this year, like, into the new struts. And, you know, all the pet care. You know, we have to feed all these animals now. That's a lot of money. A lot of money has to be put back into that. We don't even know what zebras eat. What do they eat? Now we gotta buy that shit. Great.
the boss played him like a fiddle.